Good evening. Here live from Pattaya Beach. And what is happening in Pattaya? How is tourism? Is it up? Is it down? Before I get into that, please like, subscribe, share, bang the notification bell. Please share with your family and friends. Let's talk about first tourism overall. Tourism is down as far as the pacing in Thailand overall about 3%. It doesn't that 3% number doesn't seem significant, but however, when you have of a portion a major portion I should say of tourism, Thailand needs that to rely on their economy for economic success. Now, is tourism all their economy? No, but a portion of it, an important portion of it, is. Now, let's talk about Pattaya. I've talked to many business owners. I've been going around here in Pattaya. Some bar owners, for example, barely make enough to pay the rent. Tourism in Pattaya Beach is down. And obviously, there's many factors into that. But let me ask you a question. Why do you think tourism in Pattaya is down? Now, obviously, a lot of with the unrest in the world, um, people, because of the, look, I don't want to get political on here, but the war in Iran, they just signed a peace deal. We'll see what happens with that. But fuel prices have been up. Um, it's in turn that makes it much more expensive to buy a plane ticket. Um, prices are higher in the West, not just in the United States, but all over the world. Um, Now, here are some numbers. Overall drop, foreign visitors, foreign visitor arrivals to Thailand pretty much have dropped over 7%. So the tourism and sports ministry are already adjusting the numbers, making them lower. So obviously the regional conflict, talking about the Middle East, arrivals from the Middle East and Europe have dropped roughly 12%. Now, obviously, the tensions in the Middle East, like I said, I'm not getting too political on this video, but they just signed a peace deal, and we'll see where that goes in the next 60 days. However, tensions in the Middle East, once again, let me say this, have caused a 30 to 50% drop in Middle Eastern tourism. There was canceled flight routes, and airlines have suspended travel during this time to destinations like Pattaya. There's also been a steep decline in Chinese and European tourism. Chinese arrivals have dropped from pre-pandemic highs of 15 to 20,000 daily down to 5,000. If you think about it, that's a massive drop. With that, also spending has decreased here in Pattaya. Wow, look, there is little spurts of high season activity, particularly around Walking Street and Soy 6, but overall spending per visitor on average is down. Okay? It's down. And local businesses are facing higher operating costs here in Pattaya. I'm focusing on Pattaya right now. Bangkok too, but today, since I'm in Pattaya for the VFW convention, I am focusing on Pattaya. There's also demographic changes. Observers note that there's drawing visitors from India, which, by the way, the visa, the Indian one from a non down to a 15-day exempt. Talked about that a couple videos ago. Um, so a lot of local businesses here in Pattaya rely on tourism. So that's why you're seeing, some businesses here in Pattaya are struggling. So Walking Street, John Tien, now Klua. These places are all struggling. So this is what's been happening in Pattaya. Now, when I talk about Pattaya, also, I'm not just talking about the sex industry, or I'm talking all around. So, what do you think? I actually like being in Pattaya. Yeah, selfishly, yeah. People like me, excuse me, who live in Thailand probably benefit with tourism being down. But however, I don't want to see the locals suffer. I don't want to see the Thais suffer. Like I said, I benefit greatly being here in Thailand. I live a comfortable life, but in turn, I want to see the Thai people do well. I want to see their businesses thrive. I want to see the Thai people have a better quality of life. So that's just my opinion. But some of the sources I use is the Pattaya Daily Mail. I've used the Bangkok Post to get some of these numbers. So I'm not just telling you this stuff out of thin air. The question is, as we take a look at the next 6 months, are you going to be confident enough to fly to Thailand and come to Pattaya? I think you should. If you can afford it, you should. There's a lot to offer here in Pattaya Beach. Obviously, the first thing that you think about when you're thinking about Pattaya is, oh, the sex industry. Look, there's tons more to do than that. Rayon's very nice. Bang Chang is very nice. Now Klua, North Pattaya it's beautiful. Now Klua Beach is so clean that even the local city officials and scientists have said in the Bangkok Post you can actually swim in that water, and a lot of people do. You can go see the elephants, the temple. There's a lot of things you can do here in Pattaya, and you can still live here fairly cheap. On average, I believe, and just checking it out, I've been paying attention to what I've been spending the past couple days. Um, it's 30 to 35%, maybe in some cases 40% cheaper. Now, some of you may disagree. Well, Pattaya's gotten more expensive, like Bangkok. Look, I've been tracking my bills, places I go, and I notice a cheaper price compared to Bangkok. And granted, in Bangkok, I hang out. I'm in the tourist area. I get that. You can, in another video, you can still live cheap in Bangkok if you want. But yes, Pattaya is struggling. I can see that walking down Beach Road. I can see. I was walking after a VFW event tonight. I walked down Second Road for a little while. I was just curious to see. You can tell it's not. Yes, it is low season, but it feels lower than usual. And the numbers that I just quoted to you early in the video bear that out. Let me see. Answer a few questions. Can I get someone sent this to me. Says, can I get a condo for 10 to 12,000 a month in Pattaya? Yes, you can. Mostly in Pattaya City, maybe on the dark side. Can you find cheap condos? Yes. Um, I think if you want to get a high quality condo, look, and it's once again subjective. I would say between 15 and 18,000 baht, and 15,000 baht, depending on the exchange rates, about between 487 500 US dollars. 18,000 baht is what, close to 600 bucks USD, and you can get a really nice condo for that with a nice pool, with a gym. Sometimes these condos have stores attached to them, like in 7-Elevens. Um, I'm telling you, it's a renter's market here in Pattaya right now. It's a renter's market. I was talking to a guy tonight at one of our socials, our VFW social, and he goes to the Bangchang VFW post. So we were talking, where he was telling me where he lives and what he gets for 18,000 baht a month, and how big. I can't remember the meters he said for his condo, but it was big and it's nice. He said swimming pool's beautiful, right on Beach Road. I don't want to say this so because I don't want to get, I'm not going to give away the guy's name, but you know, he's pretty happy here, and he's also noticing the downward, like the down, the low season, but it's lower than usual. Um, so like I said, you can see the suffering with some of the people on the food, selling food from the food carts, people selling at the night markets. You notice it. Some of the establishments, walking by, talking to some of the people in the local restaurants and bar establishments. Some of them are panicking. They're barely getting enough money every month to pay rent, salary for their staff, expenses, electric, water, what have you. So, yeah, tourism is struggling right now. And, I read something 3 weeks ago that it was in the Bangkok Post that it was down 3%. They did a slight downgrade, but when they broke down the numbers even deeper, some are saying like here in Pattaya. So when you break, for example, you have people from India coming, the Chinese from 15 to 20,000 a day down to 5, and certain demographics, certain races of people that you normally come here to Thailand, the numbers are down. So we'll see what the future holds. Um, Current events, like I said a few minutes ago, play a role in this. Hopefully, this peace deal sticks, and fuel prices will come down. I mean, gas prices are already dropping, and I know in the United States to almost $3 something cents. And the reason I'm bringing this up because in turn, I hope the fuel prices for the airlines come down. I hope people eventually are able or can afford and come over here. Not so much obviously for me, but I want the Thai people. Like I told you, I want the Thai people to succeed. I always try, and I realize with a lot of the Thais here, um, they're going through tough times, and what I normally do, and some of you probably get mad at me for this, but you know what? It's my money, and I'll do what I want. I'll tip some of the vendors I know. I just throw 100 baht at them. It doesn't seem like a lot, but to them, that's a couple days of food. Um, it could be, help them out. So some of the 7-Elevens I frequent, because 7-Elevens are, and I'll do a video on this, are totally popular here in Asia. Period. In Thailand. And some of the workers I know, sometimes I'll just drop them a tip. Some of the motorbike guys I know, because look, I do it because I believe it or not, some of you, I have compassion, but also I'm so grateful at this point in my life to be in a place like this, and I want to give. If I can give back, to the Thai people during this tough time, particularly in Pattaya and Bangkok. Those are the two places I hang out the most, and I've gotten to know a lot of the Thais. If I can help in any way, I'm going to help. So this is what's going on in Pattaya. Tourism is down, and a lot of business owners are struggling. But I hope you know the world settles down a little bit, and I hope for the Thai sake, especially those in the service industry, that people will come here and the Thai people, the ones that sell food off the carts, the ones that have restaurants, the ones that rely on selling goods and services, get the help they need. And I want to see. I love one of the things I love about this culture is the vibrancy, and the people are some of the nicest people on the face of the earth. So, thanks for spending time watching this video. And again, I'll admit I am not a professional at this. I just do it for a hobby. But please like, subscribe, share, and bang the notification bell. Pass this out to your family and friends. And with that being said, have a great night, day, evening, wherever you're at in the world. Take care. God bless.